Hello YouTube, this is cover 2 credits. We are back and on site at our new location, which is not in my parents' house. That guy deserves a round of applause for that one.
Definitely. Good man.
Alright, today we will be doing the Hobbit trilogy finale, the Battle of Five Armies. Brief synopsis of this point. Basically, for those of you who don't know the Hobbit story, you have your main character Bilbo Baggins. He is a hobbit, which is sort of like a halfling with weird feet. He is hired by a group of dwarves to basically be a thief for them while they go on an epic quest to recover
their homeland.
To recover Thorin Oakenshield's homeland, the Kingdom Under the Mountain?
Yes.
And like I said, there's a dragon guarding it, and they want to fight people. So,
first two movies convey them getting to the mountain.
Series of wacky and unfortunate adventures.
Second movie ends with them releasing said dragon. Dragon begins attacking Lake Town, which is just outside of the city.
And roll third movie. That's pretty much where we come in. First thing we want to do is we run down the characters. In this movie, a lot of the characters who played a major role in the first two films sort of get shunted to the side as all the action's playing out. So it's basically, in this movie, we've got Bilbo, obviously, as the main character, doing things. Gandalf plays a bigger role in this film. He's sort of off doing his own thing at the beginning and then comes back at the end. Thorin
is the heavy part.
Plays a big part, sort of some issues going on there, and like I said, that he plays a major role in the film with his stuff going on. He gets a lot of screen time.
To me, his best movie of the three.
Yeah, I agree. It's not a character that gets a whole lot of... I mean, you join you've got a group of, 14 plus Gandalf plus other people.
Yep.
You're not going to get people screen time. That's just how it works. And a lot of those guys get shunted to the side a lot. Legolas, pretty big role in this movie.
He had a big role in the number 2, and I think just as big in this one.
Yeah, considering he was almost not in the book at all. So, like I said, a lot of characters out there. Excellent job with a lot of them. I especially enjoyed Gandalf a lot.
Do you remember the head orc's name?
Arlog?
Arlog, that sounds right, okay. Now, do you know who played him?
No.
The same guy that played Deadshot in Arrow.
Really?
Yes. Another good character. They use the head orcs, oddly. It's like, in both movies, they have conversations, and then they don't have conversations. And they're kind of just used as points of emphasis, like, oh, hey, look, there they are. Stuff's going down. Let's go back and look at them again.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's one of the problems with major motion pictures is you've got your, as they say in the role-playing universe, your BBEG, your big bad evil guy, and they give him some screen time as like, oh, well, look, dramatic building. Look at all these orcs over here, and this guy with a thing sticking out of his arm for no real reason.
Well,
it's not like it got infected and killed him a while ago. That's my
he's
question.
like, whatever.
But, so, characters. Plot, what'd you think?
I enjoyed it. I mean, I thought it was a good story. I mean, they've done well. Obviously, we know this is number 3. They're going to tie all the ends.
And it's The Hobbit. It's a really, really old story.
Action for action.
Everyone knows it. A lot of action in there for the sake of it being action.
But it was good. I mean,
a lot of dramatic undertones.
Yeah.
Especially, I mean, it's a trilogy. Last movie's going to have that. You're going to have some stuff going on. And we all know, to build into The Lord of the Rings, a lot of it's not going to end happily because the bigger, badder evil guy is coming at some point.
Without spoilers, I thought the way they did part of that was kind of cool. I won't get into much more than that. The necromancer side, I thought was kind of interesting.
Yeah, and that will lead me into my next bit, which is stuff that they put in the movies that had nothing to do with the book so far. That whole part with the necromancer, especially that was in the second movie.
So none of that
existed.
Wow.
That other wizard guy, not in there at all.
Wow.
That was all manufactured. The relationship between Keely and Tariel, that was not in the book at all.
but a good relationship.
Yeah, like I said, I thought it was done well, especially, like I said, added some serious drama in a movie that was in need of some serious drama, because otherwise it would have just been ridiculous action for 90% of it.
Legolas.
Yeah, Legolas is always doing really silly things in combat.
I mean, yeah, the combat with him is always very acrobatic.
It's way over the top.
But it's still kind of cool to have him in there.
Oh yeah, I mean, you don't have Lord of the Rings movie without elves doing ridiculous things.
But I do think it's funny that the last time I've seen Orlando Bloom in a movie, it was a Pirates movie, and he looks like 30 years older than what he looks like in these movies. I know it's effects, but it still is funny.
Yeah, he looked like he was about
how
12
young
in this.
he looks.
That's Hollywood makeup for you.
Yeah.
So, I think the music.
I thought the music was good. They always have one big song, and this one is kind of a sad ballad, and you don't really hear it until the credits. But the rest of it is always very.
Lord of the Rings movie kills music.
Oh, they
really just killed music.
Yeah, I mean it's very, very good. It's very, very good. It's quiet and serene when it needs to be, and then it'll bring the noise when the action starts, and it does it very well.
All right, rating.
You go first.
I'm going with a 7. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's a good movie, and a 7 is a fairly mediocre score for us. But it didn't do anything to really impress me. It was more of the same stuff they've already done. You're wrapping a story that everyone knows. They didn't really do anything with it that I thought was amazing. It was, like I said, great movie, but honestly, I would say an average effort.
I would probably agree 7.5. I will say I thought this is the best of the 3.
Mm-hmm.
And I liked all 3. I do. I mean, it is a good story.
Mm-hmm.
After seeing all 3, I agree with their decision to break it into 3 movies. Because I know a lot of people were like, why do they need to break one book into 3 movies? I thought it was good. I mean, it's a trilogy, but that's what
they
Peter
had to
Jackson
add a lot
does.
of stuff, but to stretch it out. But honestly, that gives you a lot more time to build characters, build relationships,
and
build all that sort of
Lord
thing,
of the Rings,
and tie it all into the Lord of the Rings universe as a whole.
Yep.
And when you take a good book and you smash it into one movie, it always ends up bad.
Because they're going to cut things.
Because they're going to cut all of the important stuff out. They're going to cut all the character relationships out, and they're going to make what is an excellent novel into a really just
mediocre book.
Into a very mediocre to bad movie.
Yep.
And they've done it 1,000 times. And I'm glad that they finally took their time and did this one. Because this is a good effort for a Hobbit.
So, I mean, overall, we had a good time. It was a good movie. It's definitely, to me, this is definitely a movie worth seeing in the theaters.
It's worth your money, especially seeing it in IMAX, because it is visually stunning.
It is grandiose, and I think no matter what way you see it, it's going to be that way. It's going to be over the top, gigantic.
Well, thanks for tuning in. This was Battle of 5 Armies.
The third of the Hobbit, and thanks for staying after the credits.